this is more of an overview on how I made the jacket. This is like all of the materials that I used for the tapestry. Everything else that I made for the jacket, like the sleeves and the front panels and all the little extra stuff, is not included in what you see here. I will do a video on how I make my tapestries a specific way eventually. This tapestry I will have linked in the description box along with the actual pattern for the jacket. All of these sizes are graded from small to 3XL, so I won't be doing a tutorial on each size or even this size specifically, because they're all for the grid and graded specifically, and they all have different lengths. So just check out the description if you want to get the pattern for this. This is after I finished the tapestry and started working on the front panels. This was the first time I've ever done a jacket, so I was like kind of figuring some things out. I ended up redoing the tops of these front panels because I didn't like how slanted they were. They were giving me more like of a cardigan look when I wanted something of a bomber jacket. So I ended up redoing them. But this is how I was checking the length of them and seeing if they were long enough. And honestly, they were a little bit short. So I ended up, when I attached everything together, just going around the bottom and adding a few rows. But this is the finished tapestry. Super cute. Love that tapestry. Super proud of it. I might make another one just because it's such a satisfying tapestry to make, and it doesn't take very long either. And then I started sewing it together. You can see the difference in the front panels here, and this is after I finished the first sleeve, which was very simple, very easy, barely an inconvenience. So it didn't take me very long at all. I was pretty happy that I was getting it done because it was taking me like a month at this point. And these were the little things I was going to put on the front for the pockets. And then I actually decided to add in actual pockets later on, because these were just going to be like little front pockets that you stick your little hands in or whatever. But then I actually decided to add in actual pockets. But these are all the colors. All of the colors represent a crew member. So red is for Luffy, green is for Zoro, orange is for Nami, gold is Usopp, blue is Sanji, pink is Chopper, the magenta-esque purple is Robin, the teal is for Frankie, the darker purple is for Brooke, and the light blue is for Jinbei. Here I was working on the trim around the outside. I was doing back loop only slip stitches and back loop only double crochets for all of my trimming. And this part I was doing the buttonholes, so I was just like chaining 2 and skipping 2 for the spaces for my buttons, and that worked out pretty well. And this was the first time I was doing all of this stuff, so I was like kind of just seeing what I could do and seeing if it would work and how it would turn out, and it worked out pretty well. And I was counting after every row. It took me like a few days, I want to say like 2 days, and I was making sure the button fit through the holes. So yeah, and I did the cuffs in a similar way, but I did half double crochets and not double crochets for the cuffs. For the hood, I just made several, probably like 20 odd rows of double crochet back and forth, and then I did the trim the same way that I did the trim on the jacket part, and then I just sewed up in kind of like a curve so that the hood wouldn't be pointed. I also added snap buttons to the back of the hood and the jacket so that the hood is removable. This is the fully finished jacket. Please do not judge me. You can see I added a little bit of accessory on the pocket just to make it stand out. So I made this out of acrylic, so it's very warm, and you have to block anything you make out of acrylic so it flows a bit better. I'm probably gonna have to go over this jacket again and block it one more time, just because after being in the closet she felt a little stiff. I was gonna end up making a new hood because when I have my hair out, my hood actually doesn't fit my hair right now, because my hair is braided and under a bonnet it fits perfectly, but before then it doesn't fit. I didn't talk at all about how I made the pockets, but basically I just made a chain of like 40, attached them so they were one circle, and then I went back and forth with double crochets. And for the last 2 rows I made a slant from slip stitches all the way to treble crochets so that they are at an angle. Then I just sewed them in, and that was pretty much it. If you watched all the way to this point, leave a like and a comment and tell me what episode you're on in One Piece. There she goes. She pops off too if you want to do that. Thank you so much for watching.